I'm going to be running through all of the major films that's going to be coming out in 2025. I'm also going to be at the end, after I go through everything, I'm going to be giving a couple films that I'm very excited for and a couple films that I am hopeful and very intrigued by. Coming out January 10th, you have Better Man, Den of Thieves 2, Hard Truths. January 16th, you have Unstoppable. January 17th, One of Them Days, September 5th, and Wolfman. Wolfman actually is very intriguing to me. January 24th, you have Flight Risk. January 30th on Prime Video, you have You're Cordially Invited, is what that film is called. January 31st on coming out in IMAX, you have Companion and Dogman. I believe that Dogman is an animated kids film. February 7th, you have Heart Eyes and Love Hurts that's going to be coming out. February 13th, you have Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy that's coming out on Peacock. February 14th, you have Captain America, Brave New World. You also have Paddington in Peru, a Paddington Bear film. February 21st, you have Cleaner, The Monkey, and The Unbreakable Boy. February 28th, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. You have Last Breath, The Legend of Ochi, and My Dead Friend Zoe. That sounds incredibly depressing. In March, on March 7th, you have Mickey 17. It's going to be a big IMAX film. You also have Night of the Zoopocalypse, apparently. March 14th, you have Black Bag, Electric City coming out on Netflix. I believe that stars Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt. You have Novocaine, Opus. March 21st, The Alto Knights, Ash, Disney's Snow White. And this is one that the whole internet has been anticipating with much interest, not because it looks good, but because Rachel Zegler has caused so much controversy around this film, and everyone is expecting this Disney Snow White live action remake to completely flop. March 28th, The Woman in the Yard, A Working Man, coming out in April 4th, a Minecraft movie. This is like coming off of the heels of Super Mario Bros. They wanted to do more of these kind of family-friendly, focus on kids, fun adventure movies, and so they got Jack Black, who was very popular in Super Mario Bros, to come in and play for that. They also have like Jason Momoa, a bunch of people that's going to be in the Minecraft movie. I'm suspecting this is actually going to be a pretty big hit, the Minecraft movie. April 11th, you have The Amateur and Drop. April 18th, The Passion of the Christ Resurrection. You have The Ritual. In IMAX, you have Sinners, and then you have Sneaks and Star Bright. On April 25th, The Accountant 2, The Accountant sequel, which apparently is also going to, I'm guessing, going to star Ben Affleck. And you also have Until Dawn coming out April 25th. In May 2nd, you have Thunderbolts. This is the second Marvel film coming out for 2025 in May after Brave New World Captain America has been released. On May 9th, you have Atlas and A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. On May 16th, you have Final Destination Bloodlines coming out in IMAX. On May 23rd, you have Lilo and Stitch. It's a live action remake. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to this. And then you also have Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. This is coming out in IMAX, and boy, oh boy, am I looking forward to that one. On May 30th, you have Karate Kid Legends, The Life of Chuck. On June 6th, you have Dirty Dancing 2. Apparently, we're getting a second. And then you also have on June 6th, From the World of John Wick, Ballerina, starring Ana de Armas. On June 13th, you have Pixar's ELO. You also have How to Train Your Dragon live action. That's going to be at IMAX. Hopefully, with it being in IMAX, it's going to be a real big spectacle, right? On June 20th, you have 28 Days Later. On June 27th, you have F1 movie starring Brad Pitt. You also have Megan 2.0, which honestly, when it came to Megan, I was like, the first one wasn't amazing. The trailer scared me a lot more than the movie did. So I don't know. I don't know if they need a second Megan, but they're doing it. July 2nd, you have Jurassic World Rebirth coming out in IMAX. On July 11th, you have Superman that's going to be in IMAX. This is the James Gunn Superman that's supposed to redeem the DC for Warner Brothers. And we'll see if this movie actually does that. July 18th, you have I Know What You Did Last Summer and the Smurfs musical. On July 25th, you have The Fantastic Four, First Steps. This is starring like Joseph Quinn, Pedro Pascal, handful of other people. This will be the third Marvel movie for 2025. On August 1st, you have The Bad Guys 2, you have Beneath the Storm, and The Naked Gun. On August 8th, you have The Battle of Bo-Katan Cross. That's going to be IMAX. That might be interesting. I haven't heard about that at all, but we'll see. You have Freakier Friday, the sequel to Freaky Friday, bringing back Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, and they're going to be doing a Freakier Friday, folks. On August 15th, you have Mercy and Nobody 2. On August 29th, you have Thread, an Insidious Tale. Okay. On September 5th, we're reaching the end here, towards the end-ish of the year, The Conjuring, Last Rites. On September 12th, you have Downton Abbey 3. On September 19th, you have a movie called Him. On September 26th, you have The Bride, which is about, Frankenstein's monster kind of thing. And then you have another Saw movie. Yippee! On October 3rd, you have Michael and a movie called Roofman. October 10th, you have Animal Friends and Tron Ares. On October 17th, you have the Black Phone sequel to number 2. And you also have a movie called Good Fortune. On October 24th, you have Mortal Kombat 2 and Regretting You. On November 7th, you have Boganya and Predator, the Badlands. That's actually interesting to me. I really enjoyed Prey, so I'm curious to see what that's going to be. You also have a movie called The Running Man. On November 14th, you have Now You See Me 3. It's a movie about magicians. On November 21st, you have Wicked for Good, which is the part 2 of the Wicked movie that had a lot of success this Christmas season. On November 26th, you have Zootopia, the sequel. On December 5th, you have Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And the first one was surprisingly very popular, which might be why they're giving this one actually a December release, because they're expecting it to actually perform a lot better than they did with the first one. And December 19th, you have Avatar, Fire and Ash. You also have a SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants. So those are all of the major hits, especially coming out on some of the biggest streaming platforms or mostly in theaters for next year. Now, real quickly, I'm going to give you, I think I have 4 or 5 that I'm actually planning on going to the theaters and watching. And then a few that I'm interested in, I'm intrigued by, I'm curious about, and I may or may not go to the theaters to watch these movies. The first one is Passion of the Christ Resurrection. I am going to go watch this movie. I am excited about it. I do think this has potentially to completely ruin it because of some of the things that Mel Gibson has said. I think he had 2 visions for this film. If he doesn't do the second one and does the first one, it'll be a good movie. If he does the second one and not the first idea he had that he's publicly talked about, then it might be a bad movie. But I am looking forward to this. I'll get a better idea when that comes out with a trailer, but I probably will see this in theaters. The big one that I'm super excited about is the conclusion to the Mission Impossible franchise, as far as I know, and it's going to be Mission Impossible 8, The Final Reckoning, which I really love. Dead Reckoning, actually. I love all these movies, so I'm really excited about this one. I'm going to see this in IMAX for sure. The Ballerina movie, it's the John Wick universe. I'm really looking forward to this one because I'm a big fan of John Wick. I think it's a lot of fun. It's just mind-numbing action, and it's simple yet exciting, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing Ana de Armas kick some butt. 28 days later, the trailer got my interest with major applause. I think it did everybody. So I'm going to watch this. And then the last one that I'm definitely excited about is Avatar, Fire and Ash. I know the second, The Way of Water, there was moments that were a bit sluggish. There were some creative choices I didn't like compared to the first movie. Thought the first movie was awesome. The second movie was awesome with a few notes. I'm really thinking Fire and Ash is probably going to be super, super good. And I have high hopes for Avatar, Fire and Ash. But we have to wait for basically a full year to see this one. So I'm excited. Getting into the movies I'm interested in and intrigued by, but not sure about, is Better Man. This is the story about the UK pop singer, but they're doing instead of it just being live action, everything's live action, but they chose to make the character look like a monkey, which is a very creative choice. It intrigued me. It's supposed to intrigue you, and it's working. So I'm curious about what A Better Man is actually going to be like. Wolfman, I'm curious about this one. I think this might have the opportunity to be a really fun horror film. Flight Risk. This is Mark Wahlberg, and I just saw a trailer for this in the theaters about a week ago. We'll see how this one goes, but I'm looking for it. The trailer makes it look awesome. It makes it look awesome. You got the director of, Hacksaw Ridge and Apocalypto and Braveheart. So Mel Gibson made this. So he's doing the Passion of the Christ as well as Flight Risk as well. I don't know why I chose this poster. It's in another language. It's weird of me. You also have the Brad Pitt F1. I really enjoyed Ford versus Ferrari, and so if this has any kind of that magic, I'm gonna really enjoy it. So I'm intrigued by this one. I already said this, but Superman coming out this summer. Have some morbid curiosity about this one. I won't say the trailer knocked me off my feet, but it also didn't make me mad. Like the way the Snow White trailer did, or a lot of trailers have done. So I'm curious about the Superman James Gunn movie. I got two more. The Bride. I am very fascinated with Christian Bale's acting as the Frankenstein monster. And so this has potential. I'm a big fan of his acting. I watch a lot of even his niche films. So we'll see how this goes. But this is one of the films I'm most curious about in 2025. And then finally, Tron Ares. The first Tron movie has a lot of cheese, but it's fun action. And so if they capture the same thing with this one, then I think I'll be happy. I don't know. I'm very interested in it. I don't know if I'll go watch these in the theaters, the ones that I'm just intrigued by. And so that's it. I got through it as fast as I could. If I missed anything that's more of like a niche film or wasn't on this list, let me know. I'd love to hear all the films that you're most excited about for 2025, what you're looking forward to going to see in the theaters. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and liking this video. I'll see you next time.